Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion, and I'm joined by Lillian
What's up?
and David.
Yo,
How we doing today, y'all?
Tired.
quite swell, quite swell. About to go get some drinks and go bowling.
I'm not doing that. I might never drink it again. Nah, I'm kidding. But today
Oh,
we
that's
are back. Today we are back with our Let's Talk basketball series. And today we are talking about the Portland Trailblazers. But before we get started on that, I want to thank y'all for watching all of these videos. This series on our channel has been one of our favorites to do and one of y'all's favorites to watch. So I appreciate all of the new subscribers and all of the new listeners. And welcome to the channel. Please, David, tell them what to do.
it's a big red button that says subscribe.
So just subscribe for David. Please, just subscribe for David. But yeah, as we jump into this episode today, we're talking about the Portland Trailblazers. What are their highs and lows for this season? Where do we think Portland will end up?
That's a tough question.
Yeah, that is a tough because they did make a lot of good moves. Portland, in the West, damn, that's really hard. I'll say probably the highest, probably a 7/8. Lowest, they really play in 10.
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, it's just the West has so many teams that could be so good. And as much as I like the two moves that the Trailblazers made this offseason, I think it'll come down to Damian Lillard's availability and how well he plays. Because he got the points, but the efficiency, he shot like 30% from 30 or something. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go as high as 7, but 8 to 10 probably for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. When I look at Portland, they have Dame, they have Gary Payton, they have Alfred Simmons, who just signed a 5-year, $100 million deal, I think it was. They have Grant, Josh Hart, who's a contributor to that team.
Hold on, did you just call Anthony Simons Alfred Simmons?
He said Alfred.
He said Alfred Simmons.
Hey man, it's been a long day. I was skimming through them. Whatever.
I was looking for a man named Alfred. I was so confused.
You know what? Y'all ain't have to bring this up. And Yusuf Nurkic, whatever his name is. But so when you look on paper, they have a lot of guys who have potential to be, good role players and really good players to benefit this team. And so, do we think there is a plan over the next 5 years with this team, or is this like let's just try something out and see if it works?
I've been trying to figure out the Trailblazers' plan for the past 5 years, and the plan seems to be give Damian Lillard some of the most random role players you can find and see what happens. And the most that happens is they get a win or two against Golden State.
No.
And
I really think this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. My fault.
One of my favorite players in the NBA, and I'm biased because I'm a Warriors fan, is Gary Payton. I love Gary Payton II. He played so well for us last year. He's one of the best defensive players in the league. I don't think he makes that much of an impact on this team because as much as Damian Lillard, Gary Payton, Nurkic, Jeremy Grant, Josh Hart exist, coming up, and Anthony Simons, coming up behind them, there's not much. There's not a lot of talent behind the best six in Portland, and the best six doesn't get you anywhere other than maybe the play-in.
The best six. That's half. Team. What you mean? It's not.
Yeah, but 6 players, and then who comes in for them when they get tired? Shaedon Sharpe. I like Shaedon Sharpe. He's not he's not that guy.
Yeah, off the bench. He's not that guy.
Off the bench, I'm looking at this. In reality, you have Gary Payton coming off the bench. He's your 6th man. So you start Damian Lillard, Anthony Simons, put Hart at the 3, put Jeremy Grant at the 4, Nurkic at the 5, and then you've got Gary Payton 6 man. And after that, there's not talent on this team other than Shaden Sharp.
They got Walford, Trendon Walford. They got who else? Gary Payton. I'm trying to think who leading that bench unit. You got three main
That's
pieces.
what I'm trying to figure out is Keon Johnson could be good, but I think he's more of an athlete than a basketball player. And Nasir Little was supposed to be good out of college. That experiment should be long over.
Nah, not even because Nasir, he barely got PT.
He got PT last year. He averaged 10, but it was not a super efficient 10. And it's just I don't hate the Trailblazers. I really have nothing against them. They're the Trailblazers. It's Portland. What is there to be against? But it's a team that has a really good starter in Dame, solid starters everywhere else, a good 6-man, and no depth.
I mean, you have to realize though, like, you know, the trade window is still open. I mean, you can still go after some big guys. You have assets that you can trade away. I mean, there's still a lot that could happen between now and the trade deadline. And so I feel like, yes, I mean, there's not a terrible amount of depth, but there is something like, and hopefully Chauncey Bullock, like, I mean, is that Chauncey? Yeah, Chauncey, right? Yeah, he's their head coach. Yeah, hopefully he can hopefully he can, like, you know, come there with a plan, like a 5-year plan of, okay, this is what we're gonna do and this is how we're gonna do it. Because it looked like their old their old head coach didn't have a plan and instead just give Dame the ball and have CJ facilitate with him. And so, like, and that didn't work. And so hopefully, like, now they have an idea about what they want to do. And bringing in Gary Payton is just adds to their defense.
That's the biggest thing is I would bring up the front office if I trusted the Portland front office to surround Dame with talent.
Yeah.
I don't trust that front office. I think that's the issue. As much as I respect Damian Lillard's loyalty to Portland, it's a wonderful thing being loyal to a team that has done nothing for you. It's never gonna get him a ring. He's not gonna win anything in Portland.
What I think this year, I know you said it was probably a bunch of random role guys they put together. I actually see this year as like they actually like put a team that my fault. I read a text. That's my fault. But this year, like Portland, they actually put a team that actually complements Dame's game. And I feel like getting rid of CJ, obviously, you needed some fill-in pieces. And I feel like that's what they did. Like with Jeremy Grant, with Payton, you still got development in Simons. We're seeing what Simons did last year. And then I feel like they just put a bunch of pieces that are good for the fit for the team, and especially Dame can actually contribute to. And then it all depends on how Dame do this season. Just I mean, he got pieces. It all depends on how Dame do this season.
Yeah, and I totally get what you're coming from. It's just that, like, in the past, Portland has theoretically put pieces around Dame, and then it doesn't work out. And so I'm wary looking at Portland in the offseason and seeing, hey, these pieces could be something, but in reality, I think it's probably just going to fall apart again. Whether that's Dame underperforms because he's coming off 29 games last season, or it's Anthony Simons now that Dame's back, doesn't necessarily take a huge leap forward, or whatever it may be. I don't really trust Portland to have the pieces there and actually make it work.
So here's a question. Will Anthony Simons be a better contribution and a better fit for Dame than CJ was?
I honestly feel like, or I just feel like they'll be on the same type level. What I really like about Ant, he doesn't draw a lot of media attention. He just strictly ball, like, and he can strictly ball. CJ, I mean, obviously you get a lot of media attention. Well, that's because he's the NBPA president, whatever, blah blah blah. But Ant, I just feel like, I don't know, he different than CJ, and like, and it actually I feel like Dame actually rocked with Ant way more than CJ. I feel like he rocked with CJ more on a personal level. But I feel like in basketball, Ant is like not better than CJ, but just a better fit.
Yeah.
Because obviously Ant, he can facilitate that ball as well. CJ can too, but his main thing is basically scoring.
So
it's neck and neck, but I got Ant just.
So I completely agree with you on the point of like I feel like he could be a better fit for Dame because he can like allow Dame to like I think he can allow Dame to do things that he couldn't do with CJ. Like Dame can like just be a shooter on that team now. Granted, I don't think like that's just what he wants to do, but like I feel like now he has an opportunity to do that even if he wants to do it. And so like if Simons can facilitate and like control that offense for him, while Dame can just be a shooter and like not the primary ball handler, I think it works perfectly. But I mean, like you said, David, I do think it's just a different role that's going to be played now.
Yeah, and I totally get what you mean. Like David said something about how it's going to be a pretty similar thing as what they had with CJ McCollum. But I did look at it. CJ McCollum was a little further. It was a little more developed by his fourth year than Anthony was. But that's okay. I mean, I think Anthony will continue to develop. But I think the issue is if you ask Anthony to do the same thing CJ did, which was be the main ball handler and let Dame shoot the ball, we saw that didn't work. So I don't know how well does trying to repeat that but with a different guy actually work for Portland.
Well, I think that's because of CJ, not because of like Simons. I think Simons, they're two different players. Like they're not that same. Like CJ, you could give CJ the ball, and like as we see in New Orleans, with a BI and when soon to be a Zion, like it's different. Like it's just a different feel for the game, and so I think both of these dudes got the good hand out of these trades, and so just looking at that, like Portland is one of those teams where it's like you don't really know what they're going to look like, and you don't really know where they're going, like how they're going to settle in, and so it's really hard to predict them and really talk about their next year because like you just don't know because everything's up in the air because we don't know if Dame's going to come back 100% because we just don't know if Chauncey Billups is going to be able to like put a team on the floor that's able to dominate and be consistent week in and week out, day after day. And so, in my opinion, until we get there, so there's not really much to say on this team. But I mean, anything else y'all got for the Portland Trailblazers?
I think the Trailblazers are that team you just watch and see.
Literally.
Got a question for both of you.
Yeah.
Do you think Dame paid?
Do you think Dame gets paid?
Do you think Dame was overpaid?
No. You can't say with a talent like him. I think with a talent like him, you can't say that. I mean, and honestly, Dame is better than this player I'm about to say, but it's just like this situation. He's been loyal to Portland for all of his career. And I feel like, and I was going to say, just like Bradley Beal, he deserves to get that money he got.
Okay, based on and you had the whole fight with me about.
Oh no, wait. My point about Dame is he has the accolades and the performance to get that money more than Bradley Beal does. But we're not going to talk about.
I mean, he does. He's 6-time All-NBA, 6-time All-Star.
Come on, Bradley Beal's not even that. Not even half of that.
Has some All-Star appearances and a third-team All-NBA. That's it.
So if the Wizards had more media, the
David, I understand that. I'm not going to get into a Bradley Beal argument with you today. Absolutely not. Not on this episode. Absolutely not. Anything else on the Portland Trailblazers?
My next question: if Dame was on any other team, do he deserve the same money?
Yeah.
Yes. Let me tell you why. Because I feel like he can contribute that same thing that he does in Portland. He can bring that anywhere and everywhere else. Plain and simple.
So I know
Dame deserves that money on a team that's not spending a bunch of money on somebody
David,
else.
I feel like if Bradley Beal went to Miami last year or 2 years ago, or wherever he was going to go, I feel like he would contribute contributed to Miami winning a ring? Yes. I'm not saying Bradley Beal is terrible. That was never my point. But $50 million for somebody who is how many time All-Star?
I think two, three.
1 or 2 time All-Star. I don't know. But
Look at the age difference.
He's a 3-time All-Star.
okay, but listen, my point is, here's my point. Dame can go anywhere and get those same numbers, whatever numbers. But Bradley Beal has to be in a system that works for him, where he needs to be able to get the ball. He has to get the ball. Yes or no?
You had Russ. You had
Russ is
John
terrible.
Wall too. Like he was a number 2.
Russ in Washington was good. Russ in Washington was good. Russ in LA is not good, but that doesn't matter. We're talking about Russ in Washington, and he was good. But yeah, Beal needs the ball in his hands. He's not that good off ball.
Yeah. But anything else on the Portland Trailblazers? No. Going once, twice. So
Dame time.
Dame time. It is Dame time. I feel like I want him to have a really good season this year. And that's just a matter of time. But if you join us today, thank you for listening to this another installment of Let's Talk Basketball. Lillian, David, I thank y'all for joining. But yeah, my name is Davion. This has been the post game. Peace.